Colin's sonny Larry. Didn't you and he used to be the best of friends?
We're still the best of friends.
No, you're not.
Who says we're not?
Sit somewhere else.
The Banshees of Inisherin is about two friends, lifelong friends, and one of them just simply doesn't want to be friends with the other one anymore.
I just don't like you no more. It begins with the shutting of a door for no apparent reason, and the breaking up of that relationship has huge consequences. Well, I never heard the like.
I never heard the like.
My character, Porrick, he's a happy lad. As long as Colin is there to join him for a few pints and a bit of a chat every day at 2 o'clock.
Maybe I said something when I was drunk and I've forgotten it, but I don't think I said something when I was drunk and I've forgotten it.
He can't understand why this person doesn't want to be friends with him anymore and won't accept it.
You can't just all of a sudden stop being friends with a fella.
Why can't I?
Why can't you? Because it isn't nice.
Do you want a sherry, Jovanni?
No!
Rightio.
The Irish Civil War is raging over on the mainland, so it's a story where a tiny little war is waging between two fellas at the same time as a bigger one is happening over there.
Good luck to you. Whatever it is you're fighting about. There are many, many strands that go through the story.
Officer Kearney?
We meet a slew of characters who have their own worldview.
Never says hello. Never feckin' says hello.
But also constitute this kind of island sensibility.
Mrs. McCormick never gets a chance to come over for a chat.
She never gets a chance because you avoid her.
I do not avoid
You
her.
hide behind walls if she's coming up the road.
I do not hide behind walls.
Siobhan is the sister to Porrick.
She, almost more than anyone in the story, wants more. She can see a bigger picture.
Was she never wild?
Wild? Wild how? Angry? Because I'm getting angry now, I can tell you.
Not angry, wild.
You just keep saying wild.
Dominic, played by Barry Keoghan, is probably not the brightest spark on the island, or is he?
Wild again. He's a very clever lad and kind of sees different angles to certain situations. You're behaving awful unusual.
The themes that are explored of friendship, of separation and loneliness, of sadness and death and grief and violence, and all these themes are all very human themes that we can all relate to.
It's the ability to be able to mix and match all that stuff. You don't get a hero and a villain. We're all heroes and villains.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
For fuck's sake, like.
The Banshees of Inisherin. It's a story of an island and the people on that island, and two friends who are no longer friends and how those consequences reach out into the community.
I wanted to get Colin and Brendan back together ever since In Bruges, really. I think people really love them as a pairing, as I do.
Sit somewhere else.
Huh?
And I wanted to explore getting them back together in a very different story.
If I've done something to you, just tell me what I've done to you.
I just don't like you no more. I have great admiration for Colin in every way possible. I just think his instincts and his integrity are brilliant.
You do like me.
I don't.
You liked me yesterday.
I don't have much objectivity in relation to working with Brendan. I love the man, and I have just a height of admiration and respect for him, a very real affection.
Porrick, at the start of the film, basically just a sweet, mild-mannered, happy-go-lucky guy, a lot like the real Colin Farrell.
Colin was perfect for the role of Porrick because he still seems kind of boyish in the way he acts and his facial expressions.
I'm as clever as you anyways. I know that at least.
Don't be fucking stupid.
Haha.
He's brought a whole new thing to Porrick. You know, the drop at the shoulders and letting his body kind of tell it all. And he's brilliant. Well, touché.
To what?
Touché. Touché, it's from the French.
Colin is quite intense, quite dark in his worst moments, I think. For the darkness of one, the sunny disposition of the other compensates. And then for just the naivety of Porrick, Colin's quite sophisticated in his mindset.
The pendulum swings wide with Brendan, from the tenderness that he's capable of to the godlike wrath as well that he can exude if needs be. It's all there.
I've already told you, haven't I?
I know, I was just...
Why can't you just leave me alone?
There's a feeling that Colin on the island is like sort of revered, and I think that's the case with Brendan in general. You have respect for him.
Colin was always more of a thinker. Huh? Why is I think.
You're more one of life's good guys.
It's interesting to see who an audience identifies with. Can they understand the tough line that Colin, the breaker-upper, has taken? Or do they identify with a nice person who's broken-hearted?
It takes two to tango.
I don't want to tango.
Will you dance with your dog?
I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at the Banshees of Inisherin. Really try to say that yourself. But I'm really glad to see these actors back together with their director from In Bruges. So let me know down in the comments down below if you're a fan of In Bruges, and if you've seen this film as well. Let me know anything that you've learned as well from this behind the scenes. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you here next time. Later.